Did I do that or not do it?
I'll do it while you play.
Dodi likrat kala, ane Shabbat nikala. Dodi likrat kala, ane Shabbat nikala. Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad, Hashem Lo Tiferet Ve'Litila. L'Echad Odi Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nikabela. L'Echad Odi Likrat Kala, Shabbat nekabela, likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki im mekol ha'acha, ve'rosh mikedem mesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tefila. Shabbat nekabela, Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hit'oreri, ki ba'orech u'mi'ori, shedaberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Ogi v'shalom, aseret v'amat, gam b'simcha u'tzlacha, tov emunei am segula, boricha la boricha la. Shabbat nekabela, Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Page 16. Come, all you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. Blessed is the blessed one, blessed is the giver of blessing, blessed is this moment now and every now to come. Blessed is the blessed one, blessed is the giver of blessing, blessed is this moment now and every now to come. Come all you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Baruch et Adonai, Amen. Baruch Adonai, Amen. Come all you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Do-do-do, do-do-do, you may be seated.
Carl, would you join us, and we'll see if we can hear you on this side of the world.
Uh-oh, we can't hear you yet.
Hold on one second, Carl. Oh, we can hear you.
You ready? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvacho ma'ariv aravim, בחוכמה פותח שעורים, ובתבונה משנה עתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו, בורא יום ולילה. עולה אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור, ומעביר יום ומביא לילה. ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו.
אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעיר אביב.
With eternal love, you have loved the house of Israel, your people. Torah and mitzvot, laws and statutes, you taught us. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we arise, we will discuss your laws and rejoice in the words of your Torah and in your mitzvot forever and ever. Because they are our life and the length of our days, and on them we will meditate day and night. Never take away your love from us. Blessed are you, Adonai, lover of your people Israel.
כי הם חיינו ואוהב ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם ולילה, גאוותך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Amen. Page 18. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך ושרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Page 20. למען תזכרו ועשיתם כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Page 22. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, V'hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, V'hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim. Tzedkeinu u'ro'enu lechaim u'shalom me'ata le'aron. Sometimes I wake beneath the moon, I thank God I'm breathing. I say, please don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. 'Cause all my life I've been waiting for, praying for the people to say, we don't wanna fight no more, there'll be no more war, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, V'hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, V'hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim. Uferos Aleinu Shalom Echa Uferos Aleinu
The Amidah is on page 25. And I want to share a little bit of a personal prayer practice that I've been doing through the month of Elul in the mornings related to the Amidah. And so the prayer that Judd always brings us into with the Amidah is Adonai Sifatai Tiftach Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Open up my lips, Lord Adonai, breath of all life. Open up my lips so that my mouth may declare your praise, your glory. And as I've been doing my morning prayers, as the sun has been rising, I've been starting with that traditional recitation of this prayer, but with the same chant. I've been figuring out what it is within myself that I need to open up to actually be present for the Amidah. And oftentimes I find that it goes from opening up my lips so that I can speak the words, to opening up my mind so that I can find understanding, to opening up and cracking open my heart so that I can be present. And sometimes opening up my soul so that I can find what I need in these prayers. And so as we enter the Amidah with the chant, with the song that Judd always brings us into, I encourage you to think about what it is that you need to open up to be fully present with the Amidah on this Shabbos. Let's stand, as is our tradition with this prayer.
This is on page 31.
I want to try a slightly different meditation for healing tonight. What I'm going to ask, and Jed, I hope it's okay, is that in a moment that, Jed, if you're willing to do that same chant again, our plead for healing. Alna, Elna, please, we're requesting healing. And as we go through that chant, try to settle into it and try to picture those loved ones in our lives who we're praying for, who need healing. And then as we come out of that chant, we'll create some quiet space and fill that quiet space with the names of those loved ones who you're thinking about, if you know they would be comfortable with their name being shared. And then we'll say our traditional healing prayer together. Try that. So if you're willing, maybe consider closing your eyes or lowering your gaze and settling into this chant and picturing those loved ones as we plead for their healing.
Anna, Enna, Anna, Enna, Anna, Enna, Mefana, la, Anna, Enna, Anna, Enna, Anna, Enna, Mefana.
in our community. Praying for Maggie Radford, Devorah Chaya Bat Miriam Betsy Dove, Ken Ewing, Betsy Ash, Gina Sparber, Bev Levin, Miriam Bat Shoshana Vefaivel Avram, Kendall Peacock, and any other names that folks would like to share.
Elliot Schultz, Cheryl Glow.
My brother-in-law, Chris.
Josephine Morgenstern. Harfe shvule ומחבש לעצמותם מונה מספר לכוכבים לכל שמות יקרא Healer of the brokenhearted Binder of their wounds, counter of uncountable stars. You know where they are. Hallelujah, Healer of the brokenhearted, binder of our wounds, counter of uncountable stars. You know who we are. Are you droshing tonight?
I drosh a little bit.
Drosh on.
Okay. So since we're approaching Rosh Hashanah, we're approaching the end of the fifth book of the Torah. We're approaching the end of Devarim, and this week's parsha is Ki Tavo or Ki Savo. And at the very beginning of the parsha, this is what we read. Then you shall cry out before Hashem your God. An Aramaean tried to destroy my forefather. He descended to Egypt and sojourned there, few in number, and there he became a great nation, great, strong, and numerous. The Egyptians mistreated us and afflicted us and placed hard work upon us. Then we cried out to Hashem, the God of our forefathers, and Hashem heard our voice and saw our affliction, our travail, and our oppression.
400 years later.
400 years later, right? So where is this coming from, Sandy? What story is this related to?
The Exodus.
This is coming right from the Exodus, this moment where our people recognize this isn't the way it's meant to be. This is not the way it's meant to be. And they cry out to God after 400 years of slavery. And that's when God hears their cry.
Why didn't they cry sooner?
That is a lifetime question that our sages have been trying to answer, right? And I think actually, Sandy, it perfectly relates to what is happening right now. We're in the month of Elul, right? We're in the month of Elul, and what are we doing in our relationship to God, in our prayer? Are we crying out? And I love that we read this, not just during Passover, not just when we're remembering the Exodus from Egypt, but we read it right now in the month of Elul when we're approaching Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. We remember this moment where we cry out to God after 400 years of oppression. Why not earlier? Why not earlier? And I think it brings us to those questions. And I believe, Sandy, and I think it's so profound that you asked that question. I believe that reading this right now, for me is a profound moment to explore this idea of what might be our own personal points of oppression. What are the things within our lives that are enslaving us, that are oppressing us? And are we doing something about it? Are we crying out? That's the opportunity, I believe, that we have during this month as we approach Rosh Hashanah, as we approach Yom Kippur. We have an opportunity to cry out. We have an opportunity to do teshuvah, to do works of return. And I've shared a bit. I've been reading this book with some congregants, the book by Rabbi Lou, This Is Real and You're Completely Unprepared. I've mentioned this a couple times, but in this book and in our study session, we were talking about, and I've mentioned this as well, 3 things that Rabbi Lou talks about specifically to help us in this work at this moment, this work of recognizing or crying out to God. He talks about the opportunity for us to pray, to meditate, and maybe to focus on one aspect of our lives and focus on it in complete truth. We started a little bit tonight with meditation, with the shofar, with the candles, during our healing prayers. And I'd like to focus just a touch on prayer right now. I'm in the middle of a liturgy class. Folks know I'm taking a bunch of classes right now, and I'm taking another liturgy class. And we just discussed a piece of Talmud, a piece of our teachings that talks about what calls us to pray. And in this Talmud piece, there's a machloket, there's an argument between 2 rabbis, the Rambam and the Ramban, 2 different rabbis. I think it's really hard that they only have 1 letter separating their name, but I'm just going to hold that gently for now. The Rambam, with an M at the end, suggests that we need to pray in a structured way, that it's a mitzvah, that we need to wake up in the morning and pray in the afternoon, and pray in the evening, and pray on Shabbos, that it's a structure, a keva that we need to engage in. The Ramban argues differently. He suggests that we need to pray when we need to pray. When we feel deep in our kishkis, that we need to call out to God. Just like we read in this parsha of Exodus. When we need to cry out for help. That's what the Ramban suggests. It's not about the structure, it's about the intention, the kavanah. Now, folks know I have a full-time job outside of the Jackson Hole Jewish community, and I want to share a little bit of context. This will all weave together, trust me. Well, at least in my mind it does. We'll see if it actually does. And we're working right now on a big event for Monday. And so I think Caitlin and I, we're colleagues, need a little bit of Shabbat, need a little bit of separation from work. In this big event, there's a lot of parts and pieces that are going into it. Lots of parts and pieces. And I want to pause for a second and bring voice into this, because what it feels like right now in this preparation for the event is there's more than we could possibly ever do. Fair?
Sorry.
That laugh says it all, right? More than we could possibly ever do. There's not enough time. There's so much to do. And I also know, and as Caitlin knows, and I'm sure all of us know, when running events or building up to something large like that, it always feels like that, this sense of anticipation that we're moving fast, that there's always not enough time and so much to do. And then we get to those moments, whatever it is that we're leading up to. We get to those moments. And for good or for bad, we're present and it's done at the end. Good or bad, beautiful, challenging. We're present and then it's done. I want to pause for a second and bring in your voice. Can anyone resonate with that feeling? The laugh is an indication of yes. Yeah?
Definitely.
Yeah, do you want to share? Or?
I mean, anything. I mean, life seems overwhelming. I'm building a house and I'm, making a life here, and we only have so much time to get it done, and there's too much to do.
Too much to do.
Too much to do.
So much time building a life, building a home.
Or my son calls me up and he says he's overwhelmed at college. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So I just say, it's like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
You just focus on that one bite.
The same way you eat anything.
The
The
same,
same, yeah.
the same way you do. Yeah.
How you run a marathon, one step at a time, run.
You get a sticker.
Yeah, but, and then the end comes, and either you let a lot of things fall, or or somehow you did it all, but you get there, and it's, no matter what, it's over. It feels good, no matter what. So, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
Any other thoughts that folks want to share about that experience, that feeling, or experiences that draw out that feeling? Yeah.
That was a good.
Would you share?
It's like eating a piece of steak, it's hard to chew while it's happening. That's a good one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to chew. You're working it and you kind of, is this ever going to be over? And you're working it and working it and working it. At some point, you get to the end. You might need a Sabbath from eating the steak.
That was good.
Very embodied, visceral idea.
We're all about eating over here, if you
Yes.
notice.
I like that. Any other examples folks would like to share? I'll share one that I'm thinking about right now. Erev Rosh Hashanah is 9 days away. Erev Rosh Hashanah is 9 days away. The feeling I have now, it might actually be from this upcoming event on Monday, or it might be the fact that Rosh Hashanah is only 9 days away, and then from there, we only have 10 days until Yom Kippur. And there's so much to do, and there's so little time. So what to do? I go back to Rabbi Lou, and I think about the Rambam and the Ramban, and I think about prayer. Think about the Rambam and diving deep into the structures of prayer. That's why I've jumped back into my morning prayer practice. I'm trying to go to the structures that our traditions provide to help me with these feelings of so much work to do. I've gone to the structure of blowing the shofar every morning. Rebbe's actually blowing the shofar, but using that to be able to center me in being present with so much to do. To diving into our teachings, our mitzvot. And like the Ramban, I'm also finding those moments where I just need to cry out, where there's something deep in my soul. And it might not be in the morning, and it might not be when Rebbe's playing the shofar, but I just need to cry out and find that deep yearning that I have within. And in the Talmud, it's set up as a machloket. It's set up as an argument between the Ramban and the Ramban. But as my teacher, Reb Vivi, has shared, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle, that keva, that the structure that our traditions bring us, the Rambam, and kavanah, intention, that the Ramban brings us. That there's somewhere in the middle of those two where we can find perhaps beauty and value. And also in the machloket, perhaps there's no time left. There's not enough time ever. As we race towards our event, as we race towards Rosh Hashanah, there's never enough time in our lives. And we have all the time in the world. all the time in the world, right in front of us in each moment. So as we go through the next 9 days, as we approach Rosh Hashanah, I implore each one of us to explore and think about Rabbi Lou's suggestions. Maybe it's meditation, maybe it's prayer, maybe it's choosing one part of our life to focus on in complete truth. Whatever it is, I consider you to think about those through keva, through structure, the pieces that our traditions give us to work through, and through kavanah, what's in your heart that needs to cry out. And spend time and space in both of those. Whether it's prayer, meditation, or focusing on one element of our lives, do the keva and the kavanah, the structure and the intention, with full presence. Because the time is shortening, and we have work to do. And in reality, we have all the time and none of the time to do it. Shabbat shalom.
Let's rise to the Elenu on page 41. Aleinu Shabbat Adon Hakol, Latet Gedula Efser Bereshit, Shelo Asan Kvieh HaAsot, Le'od Zamanu Kimishokot Adama, Shelo Sam Elokeinu Kahen, Ve'gor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, V'nachnu Korim, U'mishtachavim U'modim, Nifnemet Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'Hashem Otah El Levavecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim V'Hashevota El Levavecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim V'ne'emar V'hayar Adonai Lemelech al kol haaretz Vayom hahu Yihyeh Adonai echad U'shemo You may be seated. The mourner's cottage is on page 44.
Josh, did you get that little note?
I did, thanks, man. So let's take a moment before we recite the mourner's Kaddish. And if anyone is commemorating a yard site, if you are in a period of mourning, or if you are simply thinking about someone who is no longer with us and you'd like to say their name, I'd like to create space in our shul and in our Zumagog to do so. Technical term. Yeah. Technical term.
Merriam-Webster next week.
Yeah.
Also, I said be in Merriam-Webster next week.
Being your, Zumagog.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah. It is the yard site of Don Bruck. I share his name, may his memory be for a blessing. Zichrono livracha. From our community, Dr. Stuart Joel Abrams, Todd Bergstein, Ellen Doss, Arthur Neil Fract, David Goldfarb, Alan Hirschfield, Susan Herman, David Holmes, Jeffrey Joel, Stephen Capello, Phil Kalani, Emmy Knobloch, David Kornblum, Hillary Leberfeld, Jan Levinson, Herb Lipp, Sally Mortensen, Ronald Novak, Larry Nestorf, Larry Reeser, Ron Sapol, Eli Sedlin, Scott Stachel, Elliot Sussman, David Turkier, Elaine Wolfenson, James Wolfenson, Frank Lundy, Bob Berlin, and William Bellis. Their memories before a blessing. It's your tradition to do so. Please rise. Warner Scottish is on page 44. Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, Ve'amad Yirach Yirutei, Ve'yamich Malchutei, Ve'chayechon u'v'yamechon, u'chayei yochol Beit Yisrael, V'hagala u'bizman kavid ve'imru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mibarach Le'olam u'le'omayah. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yifa'ar v'yitzoman v'yitaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei t'udasha v'echu le'elam imko yirchata v'shirata u'shtechata v'nechemata v'amiram v'yoma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlam Rabba Mishemai v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Ose shalom yiruna, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru. Amen.
Say shalom Biroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, imru. Amen. Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, imru. Amen. Do you have any announcements?
We do, I have some guest
heard.
announcers.
We can sit down.
Yes,
Oh, we have
ma'am.
guest announcers.
Guest announcers.
Oh,
I brought in-
Yeah.
I brought in some big stars for cameo appearance.
Awesome.
Tell me where you want them.
It'll come to you.
Okay, so there's Torah study tomorrow at 10 a.m. on Zoom, as always, and Shabbat and Torah study next week, as usual.
The September 21st Hebrew Hammer film has been postponed. Check back for late November.
Complete High Holiday schedule is online. Buy your tickets to Rosh Hashanah party. They are selling out fast.
Well done. Yay.
Anything else?
Beit Sefer is going to start the Thursday after Yom Kippur. If you are in kindergarten, if you have a kiddo in kindergarten or up to B'nai Mitzvot age, they are of age for Beit Sefer.
Yeah, starting on Rosh Hashanah morning.
And Rosh Hashanah, we'll have Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur kids services as well.
9:30, yep. Vegetarian dinner tonight, we have vegetarian lo mein and vegetarian fried rice, and we have desserts enough for an army. So we're gonna set up some tables and hang out and have some dinner.
Yay.
And we have kitchen call.
Shalom Aleichem is on page 49. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashavim, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Malachim, השלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Grab some wine or juice and we'll have a kiddush and then a motzi and then we will eat more things.
What's that?
No, I didn't chance anywhere.
I bet you might be able to find some.
And she sprained her ankle on the end of the journey.
I have on my background.
Yeah, anything, thank you. So like, yeah, we had
Awesome.
the last hour of the hike yesterday. And yeah, we've been wrapping it.
Were you able to walk out?
Yeah. They wrapped it like in there.
Grab some wine or juice.
It actually is. We literally had this conversation with Bible. The question of why did it take 400 years? Yeah, that question is.
Wine or juice is on the table. Grab some if you want it. I'll start without you.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Yes,
Glad
you
you
too.
came.
Yeah.
So you guys are getting settled in. That's
We
Someone
are,
opened
yeah.
up so that they actually reached out to God. I mean, some people say,
Yeah, thank you. It's a lot going on. You know, we're not in there, so we're like living in different retreat house and yeah, just trying to say, you know, let's get this going. So yeah.
Maybe there's a teaching you
Yeah.
that.
Grab some wine.
Thank you, I will.
We'll chat.
Sure.
Yes.
You got it?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei uri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'nasanu v'shabbat kadsho v'ahabahu ratzon v'nilanu Zion v'maaseh b'reishit V'yom tehillah l'mikra'e kodesh Zeher tziyat Mitzrayim Kibanu b'chata Yotanu kidashta Mikol ha'amim V'shavah kodeshecha V'ahava u'ratzon Nichaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh Hashabbat. Chaim,
Chaim.
we need kids in Hala now.
Kids in Hala.
Awesome. We just have to have
We put, I feel like I want to put baby Talia's foot on the top of the hollow, right? So I'm kidding about the foot, Talia. Talia went right for it.
I'd do it.
I said, I feel like I want to.
All right.
And I knew that I wanted to.
Let's connect either touch in the challah or touch some of this. You guys know the whole kid version, right? We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Tell you, we heard your name at the Amy Green Pulses.
That's the question. Somebody's gonna talk about. That's also, they were talking about the God. Where it's like,
Behold, I would have given you a good explanation.
Do you remember that?
Too much.
She said he plays the guitar, like giving you a good doctor.
Okay, well, thanks.
I'm giving you a good interpreter.
Luke did.
Thank you.
Wait, it's the day before Thanksgiving.
I don't know if you want the games, the day before
Come on, all games. Hi, you guys. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Feel free to unmute and say hello. Shabbat shalom, Bev.
Is Bev with us?
Bev's there.
Hey, Bev. Hi, Lou. Hi, Margaret. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Good to see you. Oh, yeah, the camera's here.
Yeah, this week I just sent Al Zuckerman a Shabbat Shalom text. Previously, I always sent him a smile.
Awesome.
And he texts back, I'm smiling on the inside.
Awesome.
Because he looks, he looks a little grumpy.
Bev, I'm glad you caught up with us. Better late than never.
Somebody went to bed.
I'm gonna get the tables.
Shabbat Shalom.
Trying to figure out where you can put the RVs and advertising. That wouldn't work. And you miss it.
Hi, Bev. I know you only got here at the end. Maybe your nap went long, or it took us a while to get it together on our end. All right, Bev. I'm going to turn off the live stream. Take care. Shabbat shalom.